If you wanted absolute, mind-blowing resolution for commercial shoots, landscape photography, or high-end portraits, you had to buy a heavy, slow, high-megapixel body that crawled to a halt the moment you tried to shoot fast action. On the flip side, if you wanted blistering speed, deep learning tracking, and an indestructible body capable of shooting sports or wildlife in the pouring rain, you were forced to drop a staggering $5,000 or $6,000 on a massive flagship device with a tiny fraction of the resolution. But a massive paradigm shift is unfolding right now. Behind closed doors, Canon decided to break their own historic naming superstitions, look directly at the massive chasm separating their high-resolution lines from their elite sports flagships, and engineer a secret weapon designed to completely destabilize the premium mirrorless market. Enter the Canon EOS R4. This is not just another standard mirrorless update, and it is not a minor iteration of tech we have already seen. This is a highly specialized, hyper-aggressive hybrid beast designed to completely eliminate the need for a second camera body, and it is sending shockwaves through the entire industry. To understand why this specific camera is causing absolute panic at rival engineering divisions, you have to look at how the photography landscape has dramatically shifted over the last 24 months. Content creation, commercial media, and high-end journalism no longer exist in neat little silos. A modern working professional is expected to walk onto a closed set and deliver a massive, pixel-perfect billboard advertisement, then instantly pivot to capturing a high-speed, fast-moving action sequence, and finally switch over to shooting broadcast-ready, uncompressed internal RAW video. Doing this used to require carrying a massive Pelican case packed with 3 entirely different camera setups, a mountain of proprietary batteries, and endless redundant accessories. The EOS R4 was built to destroy that friction entirely. By introducing a groundbreaking stacked sensor architecture that bridges the gap between impossible resolution and extreme, frame rate shattering speeds, Canon has essentially engineered a camera that shouldn't mathematically exist under traditional thermal and processing limits. Let's dive directly into the heart of this monster, because the raw image sensor engineering is where the magic completely upends reality. We are looking at a newly developed, back-illuminated stacked CMOS sensor that shatters the old resolution bottlenecks. For years, the conventional wisdom dictated that high-megapixel sensors were inherently slow because moving that massive amount of data off the sensor caused an intense readout delay, resulting in a horrific rolling shutter effect that turned straight lines into jelly during fast pans. Canon bypassed this limitation entirely by layering the high-speed logic circuits directly underneath the pixels. This allows the sensor to read out the massive data streams almost instantaneously. What this means for you in the field is a completely revolutionary shooting experience. You can shoot at an elite resolution, capturing microtextures in clothing, individual pores on a model's face, or distant leaves on a mountain peak, while simultaneously tracking a bird in mid-flight or a supercar tearing down a track at 30 frames per second with zero rolling shutter distortion. The sheer freedom of having that much cropping data combined with true sports-level speed completely fundamentally alters how you compose an image. You no longer have to worry about framing perfectly in the heat of the moment, because you can crop in up to 400% after the fact and still deliver a crisp, professional, print-ready file. But a massive sensor is completely useless if the camera cannot process that ocean of data